Good evening and welcome to the programme. The capital's commuters will be hit by above-inflation fare rises across London's transport network. The Mayor has announced that bus and tube fares will rise by 4.2% from January the 2nd. And on top of that, the cost of the Mayor's flagship bike hire scheme is to double. Boris Johnson's critics say he's taxing working people. He's hit back, saying that the money is crucial for essential transport improvements. Here's our transport correspondent, Tom Edwards.
The high cost of getting around the capital always provokes anger. If you use the buses and the tube, next year fares go up again above inflation. And if you use the Mayor's flagship bike hire scheme, the cost will double.
I think that's a bit too much. I mean, you only use it under half an hour every day, which is free, and you pay about £45 for the year, so I think it's about right. Doubling it just doesn't make sense to me.
This is saving a lot of money in terms of avoiding people using the tube and congestion on the tube, so I think it's a big mistake.
Next year, on average, fares will go up by 4.2%. It would have been higher, but the government contributed £96 million. A single Oyster bus fare goes up to £1.40. A weekly Zones 1 to 4 Travelcard will go up to £43.60, but the daily cap, a limit on how much you pay, is frozen.
The service is okay, but it's not improving, and so I don't see what the increase is for.
I think it's ridiculous because it's expensive enough right now, and the service is not really good.
The public transport increases are going to hit hard the lowest paid families hardest, and people who are trying to travel to work, to earn a living, or indeed are looking for work.
It's always regrettable to increase fares, but we have to invest in our transport infrastructure.
At a Transport for London board meeting today, the Mayor said the increase is needed to protect tube upgrades and Crossrail. Also expect an investment in roads announced before Christmas.
It isn't good news, but in all the circumstances, with the investment going on, with the improvements that we must make to cope with London's population increasing and increased travel, well, it's not unreasonable, I think.
Also, for the first time, the Mayor's flagship cycle hire scheme doesn't escape. The daily access fee increases to £2. An annual membership doubles to £90. Critics say the increase will price people off the bikes and question the value of the sponsorship deal.
It's been a very, very good deal for cyclists in London, but we need more investment in cycling in London. This helps us to do it.
Couldn't the sponsors have come up with more money? Couldn't you have asked them for more money?
Tom, I never hesitate to ask the sponsors for more money, and certainly we will be looking very hard at the renegotiation which is coming down the track.
Labour on the Assembly say the Mayor should have reduced the fare increases by more. The Liberal Democrats have accused him of trying to bury bad news today. But the Mayor says this is a balanced fare package for Londoners.
And Tom's here now. An unusual move by the Mayor, increasing public transport fares on the same day he announces a rise in the cost of his bike hire scheme.
Well, it's never happened before. They've never put up the charges on the bike hire scheme. Don't forget, this is the Mayor's flagship project. He didn't want to put up those charges. What I really think it is almost a reassessment of the business model. What the Mayor is doing, he's conceding it needs to be more self-sufficient and it needs to pull in more money, and that's exactly what the critics of the scheme said all along. What's also interesting, I think, is that central government and the Mayor, when it comes to the fare policy, are absolutely joined at the hip. They're identical when it comes to rail fares and also tube fares. When you look at other transport policies, for example, HS2 and aviation, that's certainly not the case.
OK, Tom, thank you. Our transport correspondent, Tom Edwards. Stay with us. Coming up later in the programme, will this Henry Moore sculpture worth millions